everyone, welcome to This Darn Chick. I'm going to show you today how to make a peekaboo shirt. Now, today the things that we're going to need is a picture from a sublimation picture, and you can usually get those off of Google. You can usually get the SVGs, and those are free on Free Images. Scissors, a piece of t-shirt, and a shirt in any color from Gilden. You're also going to need a lined piece of paper and adhesive. Now the adhesive is actually used for the back of the t-shirt when we turn it inside out. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's start off. It's kind of sticky there. So let's start off by applying our piece of t-shirt that we have, and you want to lay it flat. So once you lay it flat down, then you're actually going to go ahead and you're going to take your sublimation and you're going to put it over your t-shirt. Now this is basically like a 5x7, which is kind of what I printed out. I didn't do an 8.5 by 11 or anything like that. So we're going to do a 5x7. You're going to need your heat tape. So we're going to tape each side down just so it doesn't lift. Make sure that all sides are all the way down. Otherwise, you're going to have problems with it lifting on the sides there, and we don't want to see that. So just try to get it down there as much as we can. Tape it down so it adheres to the t-shirt. Okay. And then once you're done, you're going to go ahead and you're going to take it over to your press. Okay, so we're going to take it over to our press, and then we'll be back. Now, I usually press my t-shirts for about 20 seconds, give or take. It just depends on how high the heat is on there. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to press it, and let's see what happens from there, okay? While I'm waiting for my sublimation, I'm going to take a little piece of paper here. It's just like a cardstock. It's probably about 100-pound weight of cardstock. I'm going to slip it inside of the t-shirt so we can actually go ahead and be able to start our cutting. So now that we've got our t-shirt from the press, it's a little bit warm, so we're actually going to go ahead and peel it off. And it will cool down pretty fast too. So this is your image of the inside of your t-shirt. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah? That's gonna look great. So we're gonna take this piece, let's set it aside for right now, okay? Then we're gonna go back over here to our shirt where we're gonna be making the slits in the middle of our shirt. So, I'm gonna start this out. Just try to make sure that your t-shirt is pretty straight, flat out, So that's not there. And then normally what I like to do before I start cutting it, I usually go ahead and I just kind of take my heat press and then I go ahead and put it in there and just kind of get some of the wrinkles out of it. And that kind of helps with the adhesion to the back with the tape. So, because if you've got a t-shirt and it's wrinkled, everybody knows that you can't wear a wrinkled t-shirt, huh? So, you definitely want to make sure it's ironed. These little pieces of tape down here. Those pieces of tape are very, very sticky. So, what we're going to do is I normally like to take a piece of paper and I take a ruler, and these are about half inch to inch marks all the way down. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your t-shirt, fold it in half, take it over to your press again. Go ahead and get my butcher paper here for that. Because I like to have that crease down the middle of it. So if you don't have a crease down the middle of it, then you can't really tell where you're actually going to go ahead and be able to cut the lines. Let me just get that little crease there going. Okay. So you want to kind of crease it so you know exactly where your middle's at. Okay. And then you want to go ahead and place your paper about 3 inches down. Usually about, let's just move this down. So that's about 3 inches down right there. So we want to make sure that it is 3 inches down from there. You don't want it any closer to the top. So we're going to try to pull that down a little bit. So what I like to do is go ahead and take this paper that's already been lined and kind of mark it. So I kind of go over to the side here once it's all straightened out. Okay, and then we want to just start marking here, here, all the way down. And you don't have to like put a large mark on it. You just want to put something so you know exactly where you're going to be cutting at. And so that's all I'm doing. I'm just putting a little mark all the way down here. So I know exactly where I'm going to be cutting at from both sides. Okay. So once that's done, take your paper off. Make sure that you take your t-shirt, piece of your t-shirt, and put it backwards over the top because you want to make sure that you didn't cut it too short or too long. Take your t-shirt, put it back over to the side, and then we're going to start cutting these all the way through here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just taking the scissors and just kind of pushing through and just making small little slits all the way across. Just cutting it all the way across where we had this dot. So we went from dot to dot to dot to dot, okay? And so that's what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna cut this all the way down. Cut it all the way across here. Try to get where that dot's at. And so you just continue to do this. And this is like a really, really fun little project that you can do, you know, when you get home at night and stuff, because once we all get off of work, a lot of us like to just sit down and do nothing. So, which is fine, you know, because you're working all the time. So not a whole lot of people want to go to home and do craft projects, but you know, this is a really, really cool little one that you can do. These little peekaboo shirts are pretty popular. A lot of people like them. You can make some money off of them even. You know, you may get somebody that wants to buy one, and that's really cool because there's so many different designs that you can make at these peekaboo shirts. I mean, children, you can have a one for a child, you can have one for an adult. So, you know, these are pretty cool little shirts to do. So you just keep cutting all the way across there. Okay, so now we've got all of our little slits all the way down that we've cut across here, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your t-shirt and you're going to turn it inside out, okay? Let's go ahead. Out. We're going to turn it inside out, okay? Here. Kind of straighten this out, you know, from sides to side. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is take your t-shirt, okay? You're gonna lay your picture down flat to the back of it here, because remember the t-shirt's inside out, okay? So what we're gonna do is gonna place it inside out. Okay, and then we're gonna take this tape. Now this right here has a sticky, it's very, very sticky. See my fingers? It has a sticky side here, and then when you peel it up, it has another sticky side. So it's like double-sided, okay? So what we're gonna do is, actually what I'm gonna do first, make sure that this is not too, well, I could cut that away. You don't wanna leave it too far up. So for me, what I like to do, I know I'm cutting backwards here. I just don't want too much material at the top. Okay. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay. So, and take it, all right? Take your tape. You're gonna place your tape down. So sticky, it's picking up everything. So you're gonna take your tape and you're gonna place it down over the top, okay? So it will actually adhere to the t-shirt. Then, once you do that, you can go ahead and start to peel it off. Now, just so you know, like I said, there is a sticky backing to this. So, and then we're gonna do the same thing all the way around. So we're gonna do the bottom. So we'll pull this up here. Actually, let's do the sides first. It'll be easier to do the sides. Let's go ahead. And then let's do, sorry about that. Let's do the bottom. We're gonna do this side here. Pull it all the way down. Okay. Same thing, you're gonna pull it up. It's gonna have a sticky backing to it, all right? And I'll show you what to do with that here in just a moment. Kind of pull this up here. There we go. Let's get it out of the way here. So, because I have my shirt all over a little bit there, I just want to try to get as much as I can so it kind of sticks to that, okay? Okay, so now, once you've got the back of it, okay, everything's stuck down, you're going to take your shirt, you're gonna pull it inside out. See what it looks like. Woohoo, looky here. So how cool is this? I'm gonna go try this on. Let's see what it looks like. You can actually take these bands here and kind of pull them, okay, a little bit. So a little bit of stretch there. See that? How it just kind of pulls. It's really cool. See that? You just kind of pull it down, just like that. So you kind of get to see your peekaboo shirt. Cool design, right? So I'll have some links down below for you to be able to go and get your Gilden shirt, okay? And then make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time on This Darn Chick.